You mentioned spam a couple minutes ago, and
Yeah.
this is something that I know I've gotten from one of my customers, and
Hmm.
then I know a couple other prospects who have talked about this, that their numbers are showing up as spam on the
Yeah.
caller ID. So we know some things about that, and we were able to work a little bit around that. Can you explain A, why that's happening, and
Hmm.
B, what a business owner can do to either prevent or resolve that issue?
Well, I mentioned that there's been some regulatory change. So the FCC recently, it was in 2021, passed some regulations called Stir Shaken,
Hmm.
STIRSHAKEN. It's an acronym. You can Google for it and find out what that means. But it's basically some procedures that all the phone companies in the nation have to follow in order to fight robocalling.
Right.
So we all know what a robocall is. Your phone rings, you say hello, you don't know who the heck the number is.
Hmm.
You say hello, nobody comes on for like 3 seconds. Sometimes nobody comes on at all.
Right.
They're wanting to sell you a new car warranty.
Right.
That's the most famous one.
Right. Right.
These things have become completely unmanageable.
Right.
And it has been called spam after the old email spam that
Right.
we still have to deal with too. So the regulations are designed in such a way to help mitigate some of that stuff. The problem is that the regulations are a framework, and all the different phone companies are implementing the framework with their own little flavor on it,
As
right?
they would.
So as they do. So what happens is um, you know Verizon's database might not be synced up with AT&T's database, and so
Right.
AT&T might think that Pete Ristow's phone number, well, that's not spam. We know him. He's a good guy. But Verizon doesn't know who you are, and if you haven't whitelisted your phone number with Verizon, if you call any Verizon folks and you have somehow tripped their filter by
Hmm.
doing something wrong, like maybe calling the same place 5 days in a row, 2 different times a day,
Right.
that might be legitimate, but it might have tripped their filter in thinking that you're just spam calling this place.
Right.
Now suddenly you're on the bad kid list.
Right. And a lot of those filters are all automated processes.
They're all
They're
automated.
not a human.
There's not a human doing
Right.
this. It's all machine learning, and which makes it even more frustrating. So
Right. Right.
then, as if that wasn't punishment enough, every different phone company out there has a different method for you to go in and take yourself off the bad
Right.
kid list.
Right.
So we have been helping our customers go through that process because we have a lot of customers that do make a lot of outbound phone calls. They're not spamming, they're not robocalling, but they do
No.
make a lot of
Yeah.
outbound. And some carriers have said, that sounds, that volume, that
Yeah.
call volume looks too suspicious. And so their calls have started coming up as spam or scam likely or whatever they want to
Whatever they
call
want
them.
to do it. Yeah.
So that's been a challenge.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad to see that we've been able to help some of our customers through that, and hopefully we can help some other people help their folks get through
It's
that
not
too.
over. It's
So
going to be a struggle for, well, we're still dealing with spam
absolutely.
email,
Yeah.
right? So it's not going away. It's going to
Yeah.
be something we continue to deal with.
Absolutely.